Hey everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We've gotten our what could be the big break about the orange disco dancer up here, or the Aranya, whatever, Aranya, but Miss Disco Dancer, that the deceased was supposed to have attempted to rape her. What is this? Like, we can't get in there, I'm sure. What is this on the floor? No, we can get in there, even though we didn't pay for it. What's this? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner, but it's all too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smell the vomit in here. You're looking at the destruction. I'm sorry for this. I did it my way. Yeah, sorry you had to come in here and see this. No problem, officer. He takes a step towards the door, like he'd like to leave. I'm sure he would like to leave. The door we can't access here. Maybe in between our bedrooms, it looks like. So let's change out our clothes a little bit. We probably want to be like empathetic, or maybe so what do we have? Let's take reaction speed and rhetoric. Probably don't need. Pain threshold, half light, and drama. Probably don't need. Physical instrument, don't need. Electrochemistry and reaction speed, don't need. Yeah, we're just stripping down to our underwear in the middle of the hallway. That's fine. Damage. Pain threshold, don't need. Interfacing, don't need. I don't know why I made that sound. Let's turn that away from his underwear. Shoes, don't need. This tool, we don't need. So let's increase our Inland Empire and Empathy. Let's put some clothes on you so we don't have to see that anymore. What might we need when we're talking to a victim? Empathy? Sure. Let's throw on this cool tie just because. I would swing him around just to see him wearing that, but then we'd have to see the front of him. Logic and perception, Composure, sure, let's keep our composure. Let's up our suggestion, just in case we need to, convince her of something. Empathy, shoes, we'll change those out instead of composure. And is that it? Did we really go through all our stuff? So we're not wearing a shirt at all. So, wish I could sort by items. But you can't. So, for shirts, let's take... And maybe this is all useless because we could just probably end the topic and come back. Let's take... I know we already increased our suggestion, but let's negate that with a conceptualization shirt. Still need a hat, but all we have is this silly logic hat. Gloves. Interfacing gloves, electrochemistry gloves, interfacing gloves, half-light gloves. I don't really even understand what half-light is. So, let's go with half-light gloves, sure, whatever. Pants. Can't see that we're not wearing pants. Electrochemistry pants. Electrochemistry pants. All we have is electrochemistry pants, huh? Okay, do we want a -1 savoir-faire or a -1 reaction speed? Let's take -1 reaction speed. Or we could have the +1 to Kingdom of Consciousness, but that doesn't really do anything. I guess that's it. I guess that's how we're looking. Like a pretty weird dude. Let's go knock on her door. Who is it? She is tired and controlled, apparently. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up. Okay, so she's the person up on the roof then? Take a look. Piles of dirty clothes, a woman's. So we're not snooping, we're getting a lay of the land and we're understanding how to speak to her. Hotel bill calculations, looks like she's had an extended stay. I mean, opening a door sounds... I mean, that's probably what we shouldn't have done. You see the yard below, the corpse is no longer there. The medicine cabinet is full of wares, sheets of pills haphazardly stacked on top of each other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere. Look at the medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheets upon sheets, and pill bottles next to pill bottles. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. It's quite the collection in here. Anything of note? He says in a lowered voice. So yeah, we're not supposed to be in here. Search the bottles, search the pill sheets. No, let's not. Let's not. Let's close the door. Come on, Kim, get out of the bathroom. Come on, you weirdo. Let me just shut the... No, Kim. Okay, Kim, I guess you're stuck in there now. Kim, come out of there, dude. Kim. She's gonna hear us rattling around the bathroom door. Come on. Bed has been hastily made. You got a cool room here. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Run your fingers across the surface of the glass. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges, but the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips and no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. Alright, step on through to the exterior and hope she doesn't say, "What were you doing rummaging through my bathroom?" Smell of cigarette smoke on the air. Astra menthol. Oh, there she is. There's another door. I'm just going to look at your table before I speak to you. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Okay. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. I don't see them, but if you say so. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. Move your hand fast. 72% red check. We only get one chance. Whoosh! You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a maybell. The young woman looks at the maybell in your hand, just a glance, then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod. Snap your finger pistols at him. Snap your finger pistols at the young woman. Don't snap your finger pistols. Let's snap my finger pistols at Kim. Your 9mm semi-automatic finger pistols produce a satisfying snap. Strange for such a low-caliber finger gun to sound so chunky. The flower in your other hand is impressed. So is Kim. That's not entirely true. The lieutenant is looking at the door to the east and mostly misses them. Hello, miss.
Welcome to the roof.
Well, you certainly have a fancy room to have access to the roof. Her hair is slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
It's much nicer now there's not a dead body in the yard anymore. Her eyes wander north towards the yard, where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
Well, you're quite welcome. There's something in her light brown eyes, a sadness when she thinks about the death of that man. You mentioned a cleaning lady. Think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell is opened in there.
It has. Disco Infernum. Ha ha ha. Hell, you know not of which you speak. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place, a third place, much different from our world. No, I just trashed the place. Let's go for the quick joke, Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Well, whoops.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have ever seen in my life, and I have seen a few. Oh yeah, life gets hard, but we go on.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts you one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll. It's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on. How long do you think until the hard wears us down? Things are only getting easier for me. I'm a policeman. Toodoo-roo-doo. Or should I say toodoo-roo-doo. Yeah, imitate a siren. It's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on. Yeah, let's just go with that one.
I can see that. I'm glad all this onward going has brought you to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette. It looks like she's disappointed this wasn't about more entertaining matters. What's your name, miss? Can you tell us that? Klasia Amandu. Yes, we already know that. We were told that. Same name that Titus gave you. Like her accent, it sounds Oran-Yees. Her birthmarks also signal Oran-Ye. You don't know why, but Oran-Yees girls tend to come speckled with them. Are they freckles? Are you from Oran-Ye? Oranje? Right, sir. Redefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I'm an Oranjese expatriate. And tell me about Oranje. A bad memory, officer. Understood, miss. I won't talk about it anymore. It's the past. People can't go back to the past. Thankfully, it's implied. Or thankfully, you can't go back to the past. It's implied. How old are you, miss? I'm 28. And what do you do? What's your specialization? Something stupid? What's that? Oranjese lit? Oranjese lit? Oranjese literature. It's what I studied at the university. What is Oranjese literature about? Tell me about it. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranjese. All national literature are only the name. All natural literature are these things. Only the name of the nation changes. What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters. Revacholian literature like that too? No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world. I have no intention of doing that. I do feel the urge to save the world. Yes, I guess that's why I'm on this case. The world is unimportant. I want to hear about you. I mean, we've been trying to do a lot of weird stuff to save the world, so yeah. We do have that urge. That's the natural state of the Revacholian hero. She breathes in the menthol-flavored fume, savoring it, then breathes out. She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault, but of course, what seems should not be your priority. What do you do with Ornese literature? Nothing. I do nothing with it. How do you make money then? Money is very important. Show her some money. No, just cool. It's not very cool, but what can you do? We don't need to show her some money. What the heck? It's a stupid action. Could we take a look at your passport, please? No, we don't need to ask that. No, thank you. That's it, for the record. The record. So official. Nice room you got here. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. What are you doing here in the Whirling in Rags? You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. No, we don't need to ask about that. We don't need to let her know we've been snooping in that. What are you doing here? I'm wintering. How long have you been staying here? About 4 months. I came in November. Why here? Here in the Whirling? Here in Martinaise? Or here in Revachol? Here in Whirling, sure. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinaise. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. I mean, you seem to be right about that. That window is new. It is. Lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying. Yes, why is it new? I have other questions for you. Okay. Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke. What is this wildflower? She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. Petal crumbles on contact. Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? What's Sambo? The martial arts, sir. Is that it? Samoan boxing, or Sambo. Graceful martial art stuff. Sambo style implies stealth and cool. Yes. Why was it there? Why was a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind? So they tell us you were... Well, let's go back. Let's see. Let's return to this later. Why not? I'll be here until 23... Oh, so I did not want to leave. I wanted just to ask you.
Hello,
They
officer.
tell us...
What brings you up here again?
They tell us you were raped. This... I mean... It's very blunt about it, but sure. It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered. It's not that early. And what does that mean? Were you? Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Okay. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know. If they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more rapeable. Alright? By they, she means the Hardy Boys. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery, sexual assault maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Are you sure you weren't raped? What did happen between you? What can you tell us about him? What did they hang him for? Why was there a bullet in his head? How do the Hardy Boys know you? Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. Okay. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands, warming them. How do the Hardy Boys know you? They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there right now. They certainly are. And how did you meet? Over drinks? It's been a long, boring winter. There must be more to it. You should return to the topic after you've talked to her about her relationship with the deceased. And you sure you weren't raped? I'm 89% sure. Does that mean you're 11% not sure? You know how it is, do you? How is it then? Maybe you don't know. There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales of her clothes. Easy to see now that you're closer. In conclusion, officer, I'm going to go with a mild to medium, not raped here. Okay then. No one deserves to be raped. Sexual assault is a serious matter. I need a serious statement from you. It sounds like something happened and you don't want to acknowledge it. Lieutenant, I don't know what to say about this. Okay then, let's not push things. Okay then. She takes a long, hard drag of her cigarette, then stretches her neck. You hear cracking in her shoulders. What can you tell me about him? I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Maybe later. I keep seeing him like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair. I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later. What did they hang him for if he didn't rape you? He had something to do with the strike. One has been rolling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it. Oh, we do. And his role in the strike was... I think he was in security detail. He was ex-military. Worked for Wild Pines. And against the Union. We didn't discuss much, work much, if you know what I mean. But I understand it was dangerous. And they lynched him for that? Okay. Why was there a bullet in his head? Bullet? They shot him too? I'm not picking up any theater craft here, sir. The pause is sincere. They stripped his clothes and they shot him? You mean after they hanged him? I'm confused, sorry. So am I. Were you aware that he had been shot, miss? Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender. This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night? Where were you when this happened, then? Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. Okay, so we need to talk to Sylvie again. So, again, what... I'm going to push you a little bit now. What did happen between you and the victim? We partied. Wait, partied? Where have I heard that before? You mean like a birthday party? What kind of partying? The kind I do? I don't get it. What do you mean by partied? We know what we mean by partied. Wait, partied? Where have I heard that before? I don't get it. What do you mean by partied? We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder, and then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. You were lovers? I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word, but there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be. How did you two meet? Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you could probably know. He had a cool, scary scar. When was this? A month ago? Something like that? Well, it must have been pretty hard if you were that close. It must have been pretty hard for you to see him, you know, over there, hanging. Oh, yes. I've had a great view from the window, or from the roof, out the bathroom window, in my dreams. A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer. You called us. The RCM. Yes. Oh, she called us. Jackpot. The call, reporting the hang-up, that was you? Alright, task complete. I made it, and I would appreciate if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinaise, they call it snitching. Oh. Don't worry. Like, I don't tell people wacky things at all. No, not me. Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss. Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it? Of course, why? We don't need to ask that. She was, like, at least partly friends with the guy. Of course she would do it. The caller's voice was disguised. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it how? With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire. I mean, that's pretty fancy. You're right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line. And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs. Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever crossing the lines like that. Seems like you had some idea. That was, yeah, pretty nifty. Pretty clever action there. Cutting the lines and diverting some static. Thanks. She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills. Why go through all the trouble of hiding your voice? I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union were listening in. Locals say they have ears on the wires. That's good thinking. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I didn't, he'd still be hanging there. No, we don't need to press her anymore about the Hardy Boys. Thank you for telling us all of this. She breathed a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. We should head back downstairs, officer. We may have things to discuss there. I had something else before we go, a little thing. We could do something with volition. It's a white check. Is there any way to get our volition up? I don't think we have any volition stuff. I mean, we might as well go for the 17% chance. Look her in the eye. Big failure. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. You will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Aranha Disco Dancer. You want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch. Avert your eyes. Strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds. Yeah, so, Kim will go speak downstairs. Not here. What's this other door? There's a small, heavy door. There's no lock in sight. Where does this lead? I don't know. It's not the first closed door we found in this building. There's also your mysterious blue kitchen door. Do you think it's important? I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. Below, the hostile cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. Tap on the roof? A dull thump. Somewhere inside a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant. See, the main investigation and the door below are merging into a stereo investigation. I could say something, but I'm not going to, because I don't gloat. See? It's a stereo investigation, dude. I hate it when that happens. Physical instrument. Let's just push the door. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's very heavy, too. Very sturdy. Alright, well, let's get our physical instrument stuff out. Talk to you later, Kim. Where's our white shirt? It's the only thing we have that's physical instrument, right? Again, I could have made this a little easier if we could just click and equip all the stuff. Or I could stop being so ridiculous and trying to micromanage all the clothes. But they wouldn't give us the, different stats if they weren't expecting us to do so. Alright, so let's put on the white tank top. You know what? I'll throw on the ridiculous multi-tool just in case it helps. You know, I'll put on the multi-tool and the freaking crowbar. Double duty. And we'll check out the Maybell. This is a wildflower you caught, one of the bouquet of mugwits? I don't know that word. That you found in the whirling roof. It's shedding its petals quickly in your pocket. 6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown. What is this, Kim? This is the Insulidian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. This flower is a spring flower, but it's a little early for that, isn't it? What is the Revolution? I think we know what the Revolution is, dude. Who pinned them which side? Does this flower blossom in early spring? Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried. Preserved. Is it a coincidence, it being on the roof? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, maybe it'll help to know who pinned them. The revolutionaries. So they're communards. So the communards and the anarchists. White's their color. But the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War. Okay, well, we'll put the flower back. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none. Blow on your fingers. Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought waste water from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crushed flower petals, then sprinkled them in the stream, like white salt. New task. Ask the pétanque player about Maybells. Okay. Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? You should ask him about the flowers. That's interesting. Okay, can we get into this? 17% chance. Physical instruments basically maxed. We could do coach physical instrument here and maybe raise it a little. Whoops. We'll try 17%. Of course it was going to be a failure, huh? You kick it gung-ho style, entering the premises style, but the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you. Alright, let's trash the place. Alright, you know it. Let's not. So, you know what that means. That means we take coach physical instrument. So you were minding your own business, trying to get some detective work done, when suddenly a voice emerged from within you and told you you're a wuss, a namby-pamby, a sissy, and a limp jellyfish. This voice has zero gender sensitivity and even less empathy for underwhelming athletic performance. Try to purposefully piss it off. See if it teaches you something. Pretend you don't know the difference between a double and a single support phase in the discipline of a hammer throw. It hates that. We'll get -2 encyclopedia while we're doing it, but it only lasts 40 minutes. And who knows what it does afterwards. I'm assuming that it probably just, it probably won't give us points in physical instrument. It'll probably just increase our cap so we can put more points into it. Let's internalize that, sure. And then we'll go downstairs and we'll talk to Kim and see what he's on about. No, we're not going to look at the window. Come on. Now we'll go snoop in her bathroom. Since we've already talked to her. She can't know. Let's look at her toothbrush. It's been used quite a lot, but not for scrubbing blot off tiles or anything else interesting, it seems. It's clean of chemical odors too, just some dried toothpaste on the handle. Okay, search the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. The label reads Nacra. What's Nacra? An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses. Okay. You could say he's on the lookout. Okay, so it's a anti-overdose, like Narcan. Search the pill sheets. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Galtwaldian marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. Is there something more interesting here? It's electrochemistry. Check. Oh, bad. Nothing of note. The further you look, the more arcane it gets. You don't know what the rest of that stuff is. That was a pretty bad roll there. Okay, let's shut the door so she doesn't know we've been in there. I'm sure she does, but...
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys.
I didn't want to talk to you,
Half
Kim.
the reasoning just went out the window.
Half the reasoning just went out the window. Yeah, you mean like she wasn't raped at all? You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all of that? What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. Or, you know, it could be that she just felt bad for her friend that was hanged and she didn't want to lie. Not that she couldn't lie. She seems candid. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor, with some facts thrown in, draws attention away from whatever one chooses to admit. She may be trying to control the pace of this investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. I do want to know why the window has been replaced, though. Maybe they dragged him out. Maybe he was up there in the bedroom, and the Hardy Boys came in and took him, and in the struggle, the window was broken. Alright. Hopefully we don't have to change our clothes too much. Garta, can I talk to you about anything?
Hey.
Nope. But maybe you might have more to talk to me about. Legal representative, do you know they were lying?
I've got nothing to...
Okay, well I have nothing to say to you then.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Let's go over the rape victim again. No. Klasia says she wasn't raped. Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted. For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim was a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea. She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand their traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you. Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch, you know the type. She's fucked up. This is diversion. Stay on track. Crazy? What are you talking about? She was very lucid. I did think that, yes. That she's a little crazy. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth. Yeah, let's... cut the bullshit, guys. Lawman, I'm at the very end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. His hands become fists. And you went and pushed her. I'm going to fucking... He's going to hit you. Duck! Titus Hardy! Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. I didn't push her, I just asked her. Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. I told you, Titus Hardy. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? You should not go to punch me when I have this frickin' giant cleaver in my hand. When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Look, Copper. We know the dead fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right? Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of apocalypse was an innocent man. This is their last play, the tape. Their story's in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to. Why should I care about this tape? You lied to me. So what's on this tape? Where did you get this tape? Where can I listen to this? Okay, why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. You're not trustworthy anymore, Titus. You don't care about evidence? What the fuck are you a cop for? Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They're fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about. There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind. So what's on this tape? What's on it? We call it the Door Gunner Mega Mix. You'll know why once you listen to it. Where did you get the tape? You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that, so you bug them. How? We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff. Understood. You've listened in on their communications. For how long? Since before their chief started taking swing lessons. Things got nice and quiet after that. Okay. Whatever. Which one of you is doing the advanced radio work then? It's not advanced. You're just holed up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there. So it's you, Fat Angus. Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work. The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast. Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit. And where can I listen to it? I'm sure we can find a tape player. I have a tape player. Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius? Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker. I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem. Your room had one, or maybe it's too broken. I have one. I have a boombox. Does that count as a tape player? It's enough for Now, get back to the conversation. Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. Fine, I'll listen to it. You do that, Owen. Keep it. Maybe we'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. A few more things about the tape before I listen to it. I'll go listen to the tape. Okay. Well, let's step outside and listen to the tape, if we can. Don't need to step to listen to it with all those people in there. We'll equip the boombox. And is this the tape? Door Gunner Megamix. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a de-encryption station. Okay. The porta-reel is just what you needed. The reel is attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed beneath a magnetic reader. Play the tape. Alright, that was not cool. You push commencer and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air. This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants. Another loud screech. Some kind of machinery. The harbor. That's the sound of a Kavalsund crane. More static. Then when this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna rent a room. Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know the dancer whore upstairs? Do it Lee Schmin style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. Lieutenant presses the button marked Arretor on your porta reel. The tape stops spinning. What was that at the very end? Silence? End of recording. And what do you think? It seemed authentic enough, probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. Sounds like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. And he never said that he did these things. He just... If it wasn't edited to all heck, it was just a fantasy. And unless the game world is different, don't think you can murder someone based on just a thought crime. Like, just because you think bad things doesn't make it illegal. You have to actually do bad things. Or, at the very least, show that you are conspiring and that the bad things are imminent. It seemed authentic enough. Probably had to record it off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. Sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. I agree. He also sounded inebriated, but he did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words in someone's mouth. I think he sounded all right, just letting off some steam. Does he sound inebriated? Is there anything that says... I don't know. Was he drunk? He sounded inebriated? Still, the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who's this Cordy? One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his. And who's Lee Schmin? Or what's Lee Schmin? A village on the Samaran Isola in Tierden. God committed war crimes there. The kind of thing he talks about. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Lee Schmin is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter. A symbol of soldier apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment. Okay, what now? I think we've got a few more questions for Klasia, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. As you take the tape out, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's Friday night. Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Let's put the ledger back in our hand. And while we're outside, let's run down and talk to these gentlemen about the Maybell. Hey guys, what can you tell me about this flower?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
Do Maybells mean anything to you, Renee? He glances at it and frowns. I prefer the old name, Insulidium Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they were entered the war. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. Hold on, is this a royalist military tradition? It used to be, but the communards were fond of them. Called them revolutionary flowers, bells of the revolution. Well, did they bring you any luck? You know what? No, they brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them. But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart couldn't accept it. Enough. I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers, Maybells don't blossom yet, do they? Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. I think you have to wait at least a month. Thank you for your time, good sir. You know what? There's still no word on that. Still no word about the owner of those boots, huh? Alright, Clasha. Let's have a chat. Let's not have a chat yet. I know. What the heck am I doing? You wonder. I'm just wasting my time running up and down, back and forth. But she said that she was cowering with what's her face, Sylvie. So can we confirm that with Sylvie if we call her up on the radio? Might give us more information, more ammo during our conversation. Pick up the radio. Connect me to Sylvie again, please. Hey Sylvie, it's the police again. Was it you who called the police? Not me. But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you? Well, of course it bothered me, but I thought the union already knew about the corpse. I meant us. You should have called the police. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. I am the authority here. Looks like there's a limit to my authority here. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang on your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? See, maybe there's something else you can tell me about. No, why exactly did you let a corpse hang on your backyard? I don't want to get into trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry. Let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin. What others? The other people who live around here. Local people. I don't want to trouble. Her voice is resigned and weak. What trouble? You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union internally. You're static. Her chin rubbed against the receiver. Then, please, I don't want any trouble. I see. Well, I understand. Do you? Okay, so she did not call. I'm done. Thank you. And we didn't really get any more information out of it. So let's head back upstairs. But she does confirm the whole story of bad things happen, that the union is listening in. Alright, Classia. have a quick chat, and maybe you can tell me about that broken window. Or the replaced window, that is.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
I need to talk to you about your room again. Where does the door lead to? You tell me, officer, when you kicked it down. I've been wondering it myself, but I'm light of foot, not a good door kicker. Let's not talk about our prescription drugs. That's none of our business. I have other questions for you. Titus Hardy gave us a recording that the deceased, where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down, with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recordings via the de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it leash men style? Yes, the word whore was used, or leash men was mentioned. He wasn't exactly there. He didn't do a tour, or at least he didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little leash men. It was his everything. Why say things like that? Machismo? You think he was trying to scare people? Yeah, why would he say things like that? Was he bragging? Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy, to keep on living, until they just sort of turned into his, what's the word I'm looking for? Coping mechanism? Catchphrase? Persona? Running joke. I was going to say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lily's punchlines got way funkier than that. Lily? He has a name? He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Leishman massacre, and the 36 famine in Yesut all rolled into one person, then cast into Orangey's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Weren't you afraid? You like this kind of stuff? And you spent time with this person, romantically? But weren't you afraid of him? Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and the social support, I'd be in Leash Men. I would be tearing it up, Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean? No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as any man like him could be. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name? Actually, officer, I don't know his name. I just called him Lely. Or Lely. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was of no use. Lelystad? That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook, and then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column to the left. Where is Lelystad, the place? In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there. The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. You were almost right, officer. This means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. Alright. You were both from Orania? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Orenyerik. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Orania, it was his bad habits. No love for Mother Orania? But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing. A military man, but not a patriot? No, he left the national service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person, a small platoon leader, certainly not a patriot. You don't seem to be much of a patriot yourself. Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Mundi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Ranhe did bring us together, in loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too. How old was he? He was 42. 42, are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. Lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. I did not know this was a competition, Kim. Better not to mention it. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something, a spike in testosterone levels, perhaps. His eye color? Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I'd do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Interesting, I do have stroked hair. Kim, I said to put the brilliantine on the form. Do I get a point? No. But I put it down there. Okay, sure, here you go. What else are we missing, officer? He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, that. What did it represent, do you know? It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How so? How? Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course, tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Is his Ornius lit? Don't interrupt. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars, tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points to the air with her sharp nailed fingers picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What's this, baby? And he says, oh, that was too hardcore, don't ask me about that. And she goes, okay, but what about this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there, killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country, and he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh yeah. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Show her the photo. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy in Bredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story. Good story, thanks. Thank you for clearing that up. Change the topic, perhaps? Could it be that love did him in? I don't know, I'll ask it. Very well could be, yes. What do you mean? What do I mean? Well, what do I mean asking the question? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? He told me. Love did him in. That's not funny, officer. Her voice is like a slash of the air. His shoulders tense up. Okay, maybe that's a wrong thing to say. Okay, we ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what it will show us? A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil, How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I could do it for half of that. Save you some money. Make some myself. It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. I think we're done here. Alright. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours himself some coffee. So, the thought completed. Coach physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world record, or world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes up loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot put ball? Could it be that... Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's a leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take off your shirt, Namby. Your skins. +2 physical instrument. If shirt slot is empty. -1 encyclopedia. Facts are for binoculars. Okay, well, you know what that means. Take off our physical instrument shirt. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42 years old? That's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swelling and indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old? Where's this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh? How old do I look? How old? 58? Oh my god, that's really old. Really? Maybe you're wrong. You were wrong about the deceased, too. He was way younger. You're probably right. Maybe you're wrong. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. You're right, I'm probably 62. Let's leave it at that. No, let's talk about Al Ghul. There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy. Sure, you're 42. Let's go. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. Bot gain. Date of birth generator. To the laboratorium. I don't know if we want to waste the last point or last spot in our thought calculator. Or thought cabinet trying to figure out how old we are. We need to put a skill point into physical instrument to unlock it. And we can't, huh? Like, we really can't. We just can't. That sucks. Well, I guess this door is forever locked. Guess we should have done it the other way around. We should have, Can I go downstairs, please? We should have done the thought before we tried the door. Alright, Titus. Let's have another chat.
The clowns are still hanging around.
Talk
What is
to-
it now?
Talk to Clasha about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. Stares at his beer for 2 seconds intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. That fucker you're aimed at, it was her. Gold? It was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything. It didn't change her mind. Yeah, it was bad. Honestly, I expected it to be have more effect. Just locker room talk. It's not evidence. Locker room talk? What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there. What did she have to say then? Fine by her. This isn't what people are supposed to be like. Fucking whoop-de-doo. She did not say whoop-de-doo. Or, what did she have to say? This is what people are supposed to be like. Whoop-de-doo. She did not say whoop-de-doo. It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door gunning thing. Titus, she said that she would like to be a little door gunner herself, if she could. Yeah, let's go with that one. Yes, in fact, I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore? Alright, all fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of the visitors, Titus. Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match. Maybe she isn't who she thought she was. Maybe she's still in denial, you know? Like a defense mechanism. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, were growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like his bad blood sugar crashed. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid play. All it takes is a nudge. Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just... You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and that whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then he thinks better. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one says anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need around here is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers on the Dockworkers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. Rhetoric check. We can increase our rhetoric to get it higher than a 72% chance. Mention surreal play, strange reactions to bullet, Angus can't take pressure, discuss state party. Yeah, I know that this episode is running long, but we're kind of in a little bit of a groove here, so let's increase our rhetoric when we can. My polo shirt. It'd probably be smart of me to, like, arrange these, if I could. I even forgot what I was looking for. Rhetoric, right? I was thinking about arranging things and then got distracted. Well, guess we don't have any rhetoric clothes other than that one thing I found. Okay, rhetoric it is. A little higher.
It's you again.
83% chance. You're being manipulated, Titus. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? He should know by now Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know, someone who might. One of his boys will. Fat Angus, the powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than just Klasia. It's about these men in Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind. That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. Huh? He'll get it. Get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they will kill you just because they don't like you. Got it. Kill you because they just don't like you. Because of some chick. Because you're a foreigner. Because you work for the wrong people. Because they like killing. Because you work for the wrong people. Goddamn right. This is Uniontown. We work for the company. You work for the company. We will kill you. Fuck Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company. Work for the wrong company. And they execute you. They just hang you like in the Dark Ages. Make a display of your corpse. They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember. They just hang you, shoot you, light you on fire. They don't care. No, they can't even remember what they did. It wasn't that. It wasn't... We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the... Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. Oh, Theo, you don't want to get started on this. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Firearm. A Glace 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. Hold on. Or he's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Turn to Angus. Well, what? You're gonna fucking kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? What happens if I keep talking? You're gonna kill me too in this bar for nothing? But yeah, let's no, we're pressing Angus. We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him. Fatty! The little guy hits Angus on the back of his head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cop and I'll... Dennis, stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it at home. I can't get to it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up. Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast, she walks off without looking back. You're in. He's all yours. Question. I'm sorry I made you guys fight. Kim, we did it. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. If Klasha didn't kill him, why cover up? So who killed the merc then? Any leads? Whose idea was it to hang him anyways? Hers? If you didn't kill him, so you didn't kill him and he was already dead, huh? He nods. You hang the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head. Another nod. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Girls, plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. He'll probably say even more about her later. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Klasha comes down. She seems really out of it. Drugged up even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning. Gurning? Is that a word? You know, not in a fun way. It looks like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with a dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench, and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. What happened then? We went upstairs, sure as day the merc was dead, and there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Well, that explains the window that was replaced. He means they'd been fucking? Tibbs patched the window, and the corpse we hanged. Who's Tibbs, the 8th Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. If Klasha didn't kill him, why the cover-up? I mean, Klasha might have killed him? So who did kill the merc then? Any leads? Not yet, just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. What are you thinking, Titus? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his. Hers, you mean. She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed, could have been meant for her. I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself. And you had ideas about his past too? I do. One of the mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They've got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenel. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do if I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Well, if Klasha didn't kill him, why did you cover it up? You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. I didn't notice. What kind of shit are we talking about? That can't show up on the police radar kind. There are people after her, from the old world, where she came from. Well, who are these people? They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. That's all he knows. That's all she's told him. And why would you help someone like that by taking on a murder? Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Well, whose idea was it to hang him? In a manner of speaking? Was it hers? Her idea. It was her idea in a manner of speaking. Gotcha. Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one. Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl? That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The 8th missing Hardy. That's the other girl. The big guy turns to Glenn. about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes. I'll say it, alright? All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. Understood. Can you tell me anything about her? Name? Current location? You're going to stonewall me if I ask more about her, aren't you? No, can you tell me anything about her? Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasha you want to talk to. Well, thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time. You do that. Grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Hey, cop, before you go. Suddenly the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column. Klasha came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but you would still prefer it if we didn't take her away? That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would be just a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Can I see anything more about this window before we end the episode, because it's running very long? Oh, we can. We can look out the window. It's 92% chance. Mysterious door, and you've been here for some time. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence. Someone's hid a key in the bush. Huh? The big guy looks behind him. I need your guys to hand the key to me. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the key thing? Grab the thing. Titus, can you hand the key to me, please? Can you let me slide by? I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now. Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite. I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you out in the bushes out there. With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, and grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you. Thank you, Theo. After all of that, you know, you were gonna shoot me, and now you're helping me out. Thank you, Theo. I appreciate this. Take the key. Spare key for the workshop. The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched on its bow. Can a key have a bow or a bow? I guess bow. the yellow thing. The bow? The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence. Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in? I'm tired of listening to your shit. Thank you. Nod to the old man. Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the Union box window? Thank you, Theo. Off yourself. Make it up to me, cop. I still got my money on that. Well, unthank you, Theo. Does anyone know why this key was there? Didn't even know it was there. Boys? No idea. Never seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place. Wonder what this door opens. It could open the door in the kitchen, the blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there. It's worth a try. Alright. Just opening up all kinds of branches here. Things are just falling into place. So, I think I will have to end it here, even though there's so many things to do now. But, thanks for joining me. And I do hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again next time.